Check security compliance.
Please wait while your request is being processed. I am looking for all AWS configuration to identify any security vulnerability. In my security analysis, I have found that you are not applying least privilege policy in your AWS account. There are 7 IAM users and 21 IAM roles configured with full administrator privilege. AWS EC2 roles with administrator access can lead to malicious attack on AWS infrastructure. As per the Forrester study in 2016, misuse of privilege is causing 80% of security breaches. It's highly recommended to create least privilege access policy for operating system and AWS level users. 2 access keys has not been used more than 100 days. As per the security best practice, you should remove old unused access keys. 5 access keys wasn't rotated in past 6 months. Your IAM password policy is not enforcing user to set complex password. You should configure password policy that enforce uppercase, lowercase, numbers, special characters, and password length more than 8 characters. 7 AWS IAM users has not enabled multi-factor authentication. 3 AWS IAM users has not logged in more than 30 days. Such type of users can increase the risk of unauthorized access. 2 S3 buckets has public read access over the internet. I recommend you to harden bucket policy and close write access. If your content require internet user access, then you can use CloudFront with origin protection, signed URL or HTTP header referrer for restricted S3 bucket access. There are 3 security group is having unsecure access for common vulnerable ports. 8 security group configured with port 22 open to internet. Please close it as soon as possible. You should use AWS Systems Manager or use Bastion Host for any OS level administration. 32 EC2 instances are not assigned with any IAM role. IAM role is also important for Systems Manager automation functions. Since your key rotation policy is high, it's strongly recommended not use AWS access keys and secret keys in your application code. You should use IAM role instead of access key and secret keys. CloudTrail is also not enabled, so auditing and tracing AWS infrastructure access will be difficult. I suggest you to enable it as soon as possible. I have also noticed that current root account is not configured with multi-factor authentication. You should enable it as per the best practice. You seems to be old school guy, darling. Why still 27 instances are not in VPC network? I recommend you to move instances from EC2 Classic to VPC network. You have 4 instances which has capability of EBS optimized service, but it's not configured. You can configure EBS optimized configuration in instance for better storage performance. There are more than 47 EBS volumes which are not encrypted. If your security policy requires encryption at rest, then I recommend to enable it. Protecting S3 objects from accidental deletion should be highest priority. Currently 35 S3 buckets are not configured with versioning. S3 bucket versioning can help you prevent against accidental deletion of object. I have found that 3 VPC is not enabled with flow logs. It's recommended to enable VPC network flow logs for security-related issue identification. Also 3 VPC, which is not using private subnet. I strongly recommend to use private subnet for business-critical data like databases and ERP systems. I have noticed that 3 VPC is not using any endpoint services. It's recommended to use endpoint services like S3 and DynamoDB to optimize performance. I have sent you the details of the same on Alexa app. Is there anything else you want me to